So in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you how you can massively increase the amount of coloring books that you sell on Amazon. So I'll show you how I've gone from selling 0 to over 118,000 paid units on Amazon, specifically selling coloring books. So coming from what was one of my first ever published coloring books, this book here, to selling over 118,000 units from a handful of books. So I'm just going to summarize everything that you need to know at the start of the video. And if you want to carry on watching the rest to find out the specifics, then that would be great too. So you need to forget about almost everything that you have been taught and doesn't take into consideration the significant advancements in the publishing industry. So you need to be better, you need to be different, or you need to be first. You need to create a workflow that heavily utilizes AI that's going to help you find winning books much quicker. You need to start before your competitors get a hold of information like this, and you need to have more books than you've ever released ready for this Q4, and you need to not attempt to build a business hiding your ideas and products. So to give yourself the best chance possible of selling a great amount of coloring books, we need to understand what doesn't work well and what is mostly a waste of time that is considered good advice. So first off is niching down to something like a comfy patterns, bold and easy coloring book. Now the problem with this is that this concept has been done, and it's been done by a company that knows how to create very high quality products. So all that's happening here is that you're going to be competing against a very high quality product from a company that has lots of advertising spend, that has very high quality book covers and illustrations, and you're going to come in with a lesser offering and you're not going to see any of the sales. Spending months creating a singular book, hiring illustrators for thousands of dollars, extensive keyword research, lazy AI produced coloring books, and Amazon ad strategies. So that's not to say that all of these points are completely useless. It's just where your focus should not be if you're serious about making this work. So this is what the majority of coloring book publishers are doing, and this is what I've been doing for a very long time as well. So the turning point for me when I started to see success with publishing is when I did the following things: is to forget about Amazon ads, to forget about all the different strategies that comes with Amazon ads, to forget about the keywords, forget about the backend keywords, forget about niching down, to stop using research tools, forget about getting reviews for your books, forget about search results, forget about the quick riches and the YouTube hype videos, and just forget completely about what you think is supposed to work for these type of books. So if there's anything from this list here that you want to know why I don't focus on, feel free to leave a comment and I will reply inside of the comments. But in this video, I want to show you what changes I made that actually really made a huge difference. So what you need to do, you need to be better than what exists at the moment, and that should go without saying. But when it comes to something like a really generic and a really broad niche like cute and cozy coloring books, for example, you need to look at what is currently selling on Amazon and say to yourself, what can I do to make a better product than this? So this is very hard to do because of companies like CocoWire. They already have generic and very, very good generic products on the marketplace. So if you cannot be better, which for the most part, most of us cannot be for these type of niches, we need to be different. So in terms of being different, what I mean is having a different title for your book, or a slightly different theme, or a different angle for your book, or a different color palette, or a more interesting image for your book. So for most of us, we're going to fall into this category where we're doing something slightly different but staying in these kind of hot niches, dare I say. So the other option, and one of the best things that you can do, is to be first into the marketplace with a new idea. For example, these cozy crime books. This cozy crime book here was one of the first of its kind, and it went on to make a ton of money. And that's exactly what members of the Raydog community are doing, testing new ideas, coming up with books that are better, and seeing absolutely fantastic results. Some people seeing incredible results from testing new ideas, as you can see from our success stories section. So if you want to be a part of the best place that you can be when it comes to publishing coloring books, then check out the Raydog community at chrisraydog.com. It comes with all the course content that you could possibly need, and we do live group calls every single Friday where I do case studies on my new books. I talk about Amazon ads, I talk about the advancements in AI, I talk about creating premium books in just 4 days. We have so many live calls that have been recorded, and we're up to date with the latest strategies for coloring books specifically, to give you the absolute best chance possible. So I can appreciate that there is some overlap between being better, different, and first, but if we're going to put this in a nutshell, then I need to say don't repeat what's already been done, especially not with a lower quality. So for example, if you just go onto Amazon, you can see every single day these type of uninspired books being uploaded, and I can assure you this is not the way to make a great amount of money from selling coloring books on Amazon. Okay, so there is a big problem here. The big problem is, and it's not really a problem, but that is the failure percentage of books that you will sell on Amazon. So regardless of being better, being first, or being different, it is highly likely that 80 to 90% of your books will fail, which is perfectly normal. Now, as you get better at this, as you get better at your book covers, your ideas, of course, that failure percentage is going to go down. But the problem here comes down to the production cost and time of these books. We cannot anymore, in 2025 and beyond, we cannot spend months or thousands of dollars working on a singular project considering this failure percentage. So what is going to be the fastest way to get through this failure percentage and find our winning books? So in a nutshell, we need to create the product, we need to release the product, and we need to test it into the marketplace. So again, I can't emphasize this enough. You need to create the book, you need to release it, and then you need to test it to see how the marketplace responds to your product. So the best way that we can do this is by establishing a workflow utilizing AI. So this is going to be the fastest way to produce high quality content, and it is easily the biggest game changer of 2025 and beyond because it reduces the production cost and time of your books, which allows us to smash through the failure percentage and find those winning books quicker so that we can double down on them sooner. Okay, so we'll talk about what is the window of opportunity when it comes to this approach in a second. Okay, so we do need to be AI first. Whether you like AI, whether you hate it, whether you're on the fence with it like I am, we need to utilize AI in our workflow to make this happen. I'm talking about doing your niche research on ChatGPT. I'm talking about getting cover ideas from ChatGPT. I'm talking about letting ChatGPT come up with your descriptions, your backend keywords, whatever the keywords that you're going to use as well. We should be using AI for these tasks. So that doesn't mean uploading shitty AI books onto Amazon. It means that we're going to be using them specifically for coloring books. We'd use ChatGPT to come up with some ideas for the book covers, ideas for the interiors, and then we pass them over to an illustrator who can create them in rapid time for a low production cost. And then you go through that cycle, you create it, you release it, and then you test it. This is the absolute best thing you can do in 2025 and beyond. And this window of opportunity is going to be open for the next couple of years before things start getting harder, before other people work out that this is the best way to make money with coloring books on Amazon. So just to give you an idea as to how powerful the AI workflow is, I'm just going to come into a Canva file where I basically have all the different ideas for my upcoming books. So inside of this file here, we've come up with so many different ideas that we were able to use ChatGPT to come up with these ideas and the book cover ideas within the space of one day. So we're in a time now where we can do this. We can come up with so many unique ideas and test them into the marketplace that it's not optional. It's not optional anymore to do this. You have to be doing this if you want to make the most money you've ever made through publishing coloring books. So I don't actually share my main pen name on my public channel, but I do share it inside of my membership. I talk about my main coloring book brand where I make my entire income from. I talk about every single new book that I release. I do a kind of mini case study for every book that I release, regardless of whether it sells or whether it fails. I show everything that I'm doing here, the website that I've created for my pen name, the socials, everything, how I collect emails, everything gets revealed inside of here. If you want to check this out, if you want to be a part of the live group calls every single Friday, that's chrisraydog.com, and this comes with all the course content from day number one. And on top of all this, we have an incredibly active Discord community of like-minded publishers who can come in, they can get feedback on their book covers, they can get feedback on their Amazon ad stats, you can get feedback on your titles, your niche ideas, your illustrators samples, you can get feedback from me, you can get feedback from other successful sellers, everything here that you need feedback on, you can come and post and get that feedback. And of course, just be a part of a community that wants to be up to date with the latest advancements so that you can always be successful, always give yourself the best chance of success. Again, if you want to check that out, I'm very active in here every single day myself. That's at chrisraydog.com. So that moves me on nicely to why publishers who are actually open about the type of products that they are publishing are having the most success possible. So is building a business on a hidden product a good idea? And the answer is no, of course it isn't. So it is, if you're new to publishing or you're not having success with publishing, it is the absolute worst thing that you can do is to hoard your products and your ideas, your book cover designs and your ideas. And I've known people that have done this and they've stayed in the exact same place for 3, 4, 5 years because they're not willing to get feedback and progress with the quality of their books. So the reality is that almost nobody cares about what type of books that you are working on, and ask yourself which business truly thrives on hiding products from its competitors, especially in the early stages. So if your book is successful, people will copy your idea once it is successful, not before, and by then it is going to be too late because you're going to be the first to have done it and you would have done it the best. And the copycats, they typically make a much lesser product. So this hoarding mentality, it comes from obviously from people like me and other YouTubers who don't want to share their books on the public channel, which I think kind of makes sense, but from the perspective of your average independent publisher, it is such a bad choice to make. And I can tell you now, factually, the people inside of the Raydog membership, for example, who are actively getting feedback and sharing the projects that they're working on are the ones that are having the most success. So speaking of being successful, if you're not thinking about Q4 of 2025 already, then you're going to be missing out on a huge chunk of potential dollars. So I do believe that the Q4 for 2025 could be one of the biggest that we've seen for people doing coloring books. So the reason for that, with the ability that we now have to test ideas much quicker, creating unique, high quality books at the increased royalty rate. So upping your prices to at least 99, I think, can give us one of the best Q4s that we've ever had. It also leaves a lot more room for pushing the visibility of your brand with Amazon ads. I put this in red because I'm hesitant to recommend beginners or people who haven't been successful to run advertising campaigns. Also, the social media train starts moving faster and faster and faster toward Q4. And what you'll find, and what some of the members who've seen my books have found, not just my books obviously, but other people's coloring books as well, is that they start turning up on places like TikTok, where these platforms have potential to get millions of views. You start getting more exposure to your brand during Q4. That's only going to be a good thing. Now with Q4, some people don't understand the importance, and during Q4, your Q4 sales can account for a huge portion of your yearly sales. So when should you be thinking about Q4? The answer is right now. Start publishing books, focus on your workflow, get feedback on what you're doing, create the best books that you can, utilize AI, and you're going to have a very good Q4. I tend to find that the real Q4 for me is between November and January. So that's it for this video. I highly doubt it was 12 minutes, but if you want to be in the best place that you can be for selling these type of books, check out the Raydog community. It's chrisraydog.com. It's going to be linked below. Everything is up to date information inside of our community. We won't let publishers get left behind. We're thinking forward, and we're going to have a very good Q4. Anyway, bye bye.